Hey guys, I'm back with another video. I am curled up in my freezing art studio, so I have to sort out some of that heating issue. But for this week, I am working on another self-portrait. I'm going to do a series of about 4 or 5 of them, I think, at the moment. I've got some other stuff to do, but I'm kind of interested in all these kinds of things right now. I'm also going to try to do some dialogue and talking over this. Over this YouTube video, because that was some of the feedback I got last time. Explain a little bit about what I do. So this week I shall be painting this small watercolor piece. It's on hot press watercolor paper, and I use a mixture of I think it's Winsor & Newton watercolors and some watercolor pencils and some Inktense pencils and just whatever markers I can get my hands on. So hope you enjoy. And welcome to my first ever voiceover on iMovies. I really hope this records, because I don't think I had everything plugged in properly the first time I tried to do it, and that is kind of what's happening in my iMovie journey, shall we call it. So this week, this illustration is another one of my self-portrait series. I'm going to be doing a few of these for lots of different reasons, mainly to help me practice getting better at drawing illustrated stylized men, because I've been drawing stylized girls for a long time, mainly because they sell better and because it's what's most inspiring to me right now. But I want to do something a bit more personal. I also think it's a gentler and easier way for me to sort of start slowly introducing myself to you through my art in a bit more of a pragmatic way. So this particular piece is based around self-love, and red string in a lot of my work is sort of about that theme about sort of tying, binding, praying, that sort of bringing that magic inward, back into yourself. For me, it's all about sort of red shoelaces. It's a very specific childhood memory I have. One of those very happy times when my mum was teaching me to tie my shoelaces, and they were red because red is my favorite color. So red shoelaces or red string in my work just tends to be symbolic of love. There is a little story in most of the work that I'm doing. It's not just sort of random shapes and things like that. I've learned to embrace those things moving forward. Anyway, sort of the theme of self-love is a huge part of my life. I don't think I've met an artist yet who hasn't been on some sort of self-love adventure, mainly because we're all on a mental health adventure, being subject to the muses or inspiration itself is kind of taxing on artists. And one of the biggest lessons I've learned, I think, over the last few years in relation to self-love and in relation to art is that art brings this feeling of limitlessness to it. It really sort of emphasizes this idea. Inspiration is just really expansive. It opens everything up. And while art is limitless and you can do anything, artists are not limitless. We do live in these bodies, and these bodies need watering and feeding and soothing and rest. And I understand the eagerness and the excitement to want to paint all day and draw all day and sing all day and write all day and all night as well. I do get that fever that comes with creativity. But unfortunately, we live inside these mammals that need a lot of other stuff going on, and a lot of these mammals also have illnesses, some of them mental, some of them physical, and we have to work within those. We really just have to work with what we've got, and I've learned a lot of that this last couple of years, just getting myself mentally healthy, getting myself physically healthy, putting myself in a lifestyle and a routine that actually feels uplifting to me rather than formulaic. You know, the way these self-help blogs that we're all reading are saying, do this, meditate that, stand in this pose, pray to the sun 5 times a day, and I just can't keep up with all of that. I need something simpler. So that's what I've been working on. This particular piece is kind of bringing that self-love back inward, which I'm not sure what you get when you actually look at it straight away, but hopefully I've explained it well enough in this little voiceover. As I said before, with some of the materials I use, I will list them below anyway, but most of them are just whatever I can get my hands on. I'm not fussy over it, and I'm still learning some of the limits of watercolor, and I'm just getting my toes wet when it comes to gouache and how that kind of works. And I know that gouache and acrylics and do have kind of a crossover space with them, so I'm going to start playing with those as well. But for this piece, it's just I prefer working on hot press watercolor paper because it's smooth, and the grain in watercolor paper is not really for me. Either way, I hope you really have liked this picture. I hope you like seeing the process of it. I do listen and respond to comments, so please leave them below. I am trying to figure out what this channel is going to become. All I know so far is that I am turning up every Thursday and trying to make a video. So with that in mind, thank you very much for tuning in again, and I shall see you all very, very soon.
Oh, come with me, run away, run away. Come with me, run away. Whoa, come with me, run away, run away.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you have any questions or any other videos you'd like me to do, again, please let me know. I know my website is down right now, but I'm working on getting that up and going. My host provider decided to change over, so there's a lot of things to still work on, but everything's sort of a slow and steady pace at the moment. A slow and steady pace, I should say, but that's all plodding along. Anyway, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, comments are welcome, and if you want to chat with me, that's okay too. Speak to you soon. Take care.